Welcome to my channel. If you enjoy funny and creative stories like this one, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and join our growing family. Deep in the gloomy town of Dark Hollow lived a vampire named Felix. Unlike his shadowy cousins who lurked in crypts and whispered about blood, Felix had one very peculiar problem. He adored sunshine. Yes, sunshine. The golden glow, the warm rays, the way birds chirped happily in the morning, it all made Felix's little undead heart skip a beat. Unfortunately, as every vampire knows, sunlight and vampires go together about as well as garlic and fangs. One wrong step outside and you were toast, literally. But Felix was determined. While other vampires slept in their coffins during the day, Felix secretly stitched together the strangest wardrobe Dark Hollow had ever seen. He wore 3 floppy hats stacked on top of each other, a pair of oversized sunglasses, a trench coat made from umbrellas, and slathered himself in suspiciously shiny sunscreen that made him smell like coconuts. Before you forget, kindly subscribe to our channel. One morning he strutted into the village square announcing, "Behold, the first vampire to enjoy a picnic in daylight!" The villagers screamed, dropping their loaves of bread and scattering like pigeons. But Felix simply spread a blanket, unpacked his basket of tomato sandwiches, and sighed happily at the warm sun. Of course, things didn't go smoothly. A curious dog ran up and snatched his sandwich. A gust of wind flipped his umbrella trench coat inside out. Worst of all, his sunscreen melted, dripping down his pale face until he looked like a spooky, shiny ghost. Children peeked from behind barrels, whispering, "Is he scary or just weird?" Felix laughed, waving. "Weird! Definitely weird!" By the time the other vampires heard what he'd done, they were horrified. Countess Grimelda scolded him. "Felix! Vampires are creatures of the night. We brood, we lurk, we don't sunbathe." But Felix only grinned. Why not? Who says we must do what's always been done? Look, tomato juice tastes almost like blood if you squint. And sunshine is beautiful. Have you clicked the subscribe button? Slowly, his courage caught on. A few younger vampires asked shyly if they could try. So the next week, Felix organized the first ever midnight brunch at noon. The vampires wore floppy hats, mismatched sunglasses, and coated themselves in coconut-scented sunscreen. They looked ridiculous, but they laughed, ate tomato salads, and for the first time felt the warmth of daylight. Even Countess Grimelda eventually showed up, muttering, "This is disgraceful," as she adjusted her giant hat. But when no one was looking, she spread her hands into the sunshine and closed her eyes with the tiniest smile. From that day on, Felix was known as the vampire who loved sunshine. Not a monster, not an outcast, but a reminder that sometimes the bravest thing you can do is enjoy what makes you happy, even if it breaks every rule.